Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today in this video we are going to see how we can get the user input and use it in our Node.js project. Also we are going to create a library which we are going to publish into the NPM. Okay, so without any delay, let's start the video. Yes. So in the last video, we saw how we can create a module and we have used it internally. Okay. Now what we are going to do is we are going to see how we can create a library and publish it. Okay. Before that, what we are going to see is there are different inbuilt modules exist in the Node.js. Okay. And one of it we are going to see now, which is readline. Okay. What readline package will do or the module will do, it will allow us to get the user input from the terminal itself. Okay. So basically, Node.js doesn't have that feature, but with this module, we can do that. Okay. So let's create one folder now and let's start doing it. Okay. So let me do one project here and say ask question. Okay, because that's the library or the module we are going to create. Okay, ask the question, and inside that what we can do is first let's do cd change directory ask question. Okay, and here we can create the npm project. Okay, the node project. So I'll do npm init, and to faster the process I'll just do -y. Okay, and it will not ask any question, it will directly create the package json for us. Okay, and if you open this folder here, you can see package json coming up here. Okay, and command I'm going to change to start, and here I'll say node index.js. Okay, and we are going to create a index.js here. All right, so once we do this, now let's import the readline module. Okay, so to import it, what we can do is constant, we'll say readline equal to require. Okay, require is to import the module. Okay, without having dot slash, what we can do is we can just write readline. Okay, and it will come up here, and as you can see I just used the name here because it's a default import. Okay, that's why I did this. Now what we have to do is we have to initialize it. Okay, to initialize it, what I'm going to do here is rl constant rl equal to readline dot create interface. So we have to create an interface. Okay, and inside this interface we have to mention the input and output. Okay, so input will be process dot std in. Okay, std in, which is standard input, and output we can have the same process dot std out. Okay, right. So this is the initialization is completed. Now what we have to do is we have to use this rl dot and question. Okay, and inside that we can have question here. Okay, so I'll say enter your name. Okay, and here we have to have this function over here. Okay, the callback function it will have, and here we can get the answer. Okay, so let me print the answer here. I'll say answer name is comma answer. Okay, that's it. And once we do this, we have to do one more thing. Okay, let me show you after that. Okay, so let's run this. Okay, so I'll say npm run start, and now you see it's asking the question. The yeah, question is asking. So let me enter my name here, and I enter, and now you see it's saying name is Ilyas. Okay, but now you see here it is not close this task here. Okay, if I do control c, then the task is closed. Okay, so we have to close it from inside our question here. Okay, so what we can do is rl dot close we can use. Okay, and now if I go back, let's run this program again. I'll add the name again, and you see it automatically terminated the program here. Okay, so we need to make sure the rl.close is present. Okay, so this is how it is. So let's suppose now we have done one question. If we want to do multiple questions, at that time what we have to do? Okay, so at that time what we can do is inside this you can have one more question. Okay, I'll say rl dot question enter your age. Okay, and here answer 2 I'll say, and here what I'll do is I'll print both of the things. Okay, answer, I'll say instead of this, name is dollar this one, and answer, and one more console, let's have it, age is answer 2. Okay, and it should be backticks. All right, and after this we have to make sure that we are closing this session or the terminal. Okay, now let's run this npm run start, and now it's asking this question and enter the age. Okay, it's throwing the error because I did the spelling mistakes. Okay, that's the only thing, nothing else. Yeah, let's run again. Enter the age, and now you see it's giving name is Elias and age is 25. Okay, so this is how it is if you want to do multiple questions. So this is how we can get the user input in the Node.js application. Okay, so now let's go ahead and create a library or the module which can be published to the npm. Okay, yes, so for now I'll just comment on this code. Okay, and instead of this we'll create a function over here. Okay, so the function will be constant ask question equals to async, it will be async function. Okay, because we are going to return a promise. Okay, so let's say return new promise, and the promise will have resolve. Okay, we can have reject also, but I don't think so right now we need that. Okay, so here we are returning a promise. Okay, so the promise will be rl dot, okay, the readline dot question. Okay, and here we should get the query. Okay, the query or question, whatever you say, from the user. So I'll add it here, and we will get the answer over here. Okay, so whenever I got the answer, I'll say resolve. Okay, resolve answer. So the same thing here, we are just printing it. Okay, but here we want to return the answer to the user because we are creating a module. Okay, so module, whenever we give an input, it should return the output. Okay, that's how it is. So input is our question which will user will give, and answer something, we have to return it, and it is returning as a promise. Okay, until unless the answer comes in, it should not pass, go to the next line. Basically that's why we created a promise. That's the only thing here. Okay, and now what I can do is I'll just say module dot exports equal to ask question. Okay, or I can do this ask question. If we have multiple functions, we can add it. And one more thing we have to do, rl dot close. Okay, we can't have it here. Okay, because user can use multiple times. That's why we have to export that as well. Okay, so rl I'll say here. Okay, so now we have our module created. This is the only module we have. It's very simple module, and what we are going to do is we are going to test it once, and then we are going to deploy it into the Node.js. Okay, so to test it, I'm going to create a app.js. Okay, and inside the package.json, I'll just going to have one more thing here, dev and node app.js. Okay, so whenever I run this dev command, it will going to run the app.js. So let's try to import it. Now let's try constant curly braces or the braces require dot slash index. Okay, and we should be able to see ask a question and rl. Okay, all right, so here what I'm going to do is I'll create a function called main. Okay, and inside that I'll say ask question, and as you know it's returning a promise, the function should be asynchronous. Okay, I'll say let name equal to await, and inside this we can ask our question. Okay, enter your name. Okay, like this, and here I'll just going to print the output, name is comma name. And as we need to run this function, we have to call it over here. Okay, now if I do npm run dev, it should start this. Okay, now you see it is able to start this. Enter your name, let me enter my name, click enter, and it's printing my name. But as we haven't closed this, right, that's why it's not closing over here. Okay, let's do that, rl dot close. Okay, all right, let's try again, npm run dev, It's asking for name, enter and close, and we are able to do it. So now our module is ready. We have successfully tested it. So let's delete this app.js. We don't require it, and let's remove this as well. Okay. So now once you create your package, okay, or the module, you have to head to the npm, okay, npmjs.com, and log into it. I have logged in with my icubecode account, so that's why I can see. If I go to profile, you will see this is my profile, and right now there is zero organization, zero packages. Okay, I haven't added any packages right now, but now we are going to add our first package, which is this one, ask a question. Okay, and here we can change the few things also. We can say icubecode. Okay, and keywords, I'll say ask question is our keyword. Okay, it should be double quotes, right? This keyword no one should use basically. Okay, and I think we are good to go. Let's do one thing. Okay, so the command to deploy, or the deploy our package into the npm, we have to do npm login. Okay, and once you do this, press enter to open in the browser. Okay, sometime it will show like this, sometime it will ask you to enter the email address and the password. Okay, right now I'll just do enter, and it will open over here. Yes, so it just asked me for OTP, and once I provide the OTP, it logged me into the npm. Okay, here also it will show the message. I just cleared it, but it should show the message over there. Okay, so now let's add one more script here for publish. Okay, so I'll say here publish. Inside this we'll add this. Okay, npm publish access to public. Okay, all the people can access it basically. Okay, so now what I can do is, also you can see I have just renamed my project name. Okay, I did @icubecode / ask question. Okay, because it's look cooler, right? That's right. Okay, so now what I'll do, npm run publish enter, and it should be able to publish the project into the npm. Okay, so yes, it's showing some error, you cannot publish previously version 0. Let's change the version and try it. Sometime it will give the error, but most of the time it will not give the error. Okay, you just need to make sure a few things, and it should be done. Right now also it's showing error. Let's try if it is already deployed it and showing the error. Let's go to packages, and you see it deployed the package. You can see icubecode ask question. Sometime it will show this messages and all, but you just ignore it. Okay, until unless it's asking for a particular thing. Right now it's not asking, it's just saying 403 forbidden, and so many things. Okay, but you can see our package is deployed. If I open it, we should be able to see relate like package related things. Okay, so let's open it. It's taking some time. Yeah, now you see here it's saying readme. Okay, we can add readme, which will tell what exactly users need to do. Okay, the process of using our package. And you can see code also we have over here, like what exactly things need to be there. Okay, right now you see index.js is there, package.json is there, and we can tell what are all things should go here. Okay, dependency zeros, we are not using other packages, that's why it's dependency 0. And version, you can see two versions are there, like it means two time it deployed with 0 and 0.1 as well. Okay, and we have this settings. Okay, we can go to settings, and we can invite other people to collaborate with us. Okay, you can see collaborator, I'm the only one. I can give the access to other people. Also we can deprecate the package. If you see some packages were deprecated in the react.js, this is how they will going to do. Okay, if you click here, it will going to deprecate the package, and also we can delete the package from here. Okay, so now let's see how we can use this. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, let's clear this. Let me close all the files, and you see this practice app. Okay, inside this I'm going to use it. Okay, so first of all I'll just change my directory to the practice app, and now we have to run this command, npm install @icubecode / ask question. Okay, let me run install, and once it is installed, we will going to see the package.json if it is added into the dependencies. Okay, now you see node modules ask question, it added in the packages basically. Okay, not in the dependency, but in the packages it added. and we can see version, resolve, and all the things, all the other things. Okay, so let's try to use it. Okay, let's see how exactly we can import this. I'll say constant equal to require, and it's @icubecode ask question, not ask question. Okay, we have to make sure the full package name we are using here. And here what I can do is ask question comma RL. Both the things I can use. Let me comment on this for now. And let's do the same thing what we did earlier. Okay, function main, and it should be a sync function. Let's say name equal to await ask question. Okay, I'll simply again ask for the name, enter your name, okay, space, and let me just log it. Okay, so the name is name. Okay, that's it. And after that, I'll just do rl dot close. Okay, we have to close it basically, and we have to call the main app also in order to run this. Yep. Now what we can do is npm run start, and you see it's asking for the name, enter, and it's printing the name. So with this, we have successfully created a module, deployed into the npm, and use it in our other application. Now this package is available for everyone, so anyone can download this npm install @icubecode/ask question, and they can use this kind of thing to use it. Okay, so this is about the video, guys. So we have seen how we can use readline to get the user input, and we saw how we can create a custom module and deploy into npm node package manager, and also we saw how we can install that deployed package into the other applications. Okay, so yes, thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you found it helpful. If you did, please consider subscribing, and I'll be back with more content in the next video. Thank you.